If you're here because you are staring at a pile of credit card statements, wondering where even to start, this is exactly why you need this video. I read Dave Ramsey's book, The Total Money Makeover, and I'm giving it to you step-by-step plan he used to eliminate millions of people out of debt. No jargons, no spreadsheets, with 40 laps. Now, most people believe the smartest way out of debt is math, attacking the highest interest rate first, since that technically saves the most money. Dave Ramsey disagrees, and the data backs him up in an uncomfortable way. He argues that personal finance is 80% of behavior and 20% of head knowledge, which is why he tells people to ignore interest rates completely and pay off their smallest debt first, because the wins that keeps you going matters more than the mathematically optimized options that never does any profit. Here is the proof that this isn't just a motivational fluff. The average person who follows the debt snowball method pays up their debts 2 or 3 months faster than the people using other approaches. Not because of the math, but because of momentum and motivation. And the stakes for getting right are bigger than most people realize. Only 30% of Americans could pay a $1,000 emergency expense straight from their savings, and nearly 1 in 4 have zero emergency savings at all. That's the Ramsey's gap. Yes, and that's the gap Ramsey's entire system chooses to close in this book. So if you're here for one big idea from this book so that you can go and do something else, let me give it to you fast. You don't need a financial degree to build wealth. You need a written plan you actually follow in an order that keeps you motivated instead of just mathematically correct. For everyone who wants the whole system, let's walk through the 7 biggest takeaways from the book, The Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, his infamous baby steps. Takeaway number 1, tagged: save a starter emergency fund before anything else. I studied Ramsey's baby step 1 very closely, and it is deliberately the first move. Before you pay off a single debt, he tells people to save $1,000 fast, treating it as a buffer between life's normal course and your debt payoff plan. Just 30% of people say they actually use savings to pay off minor or unexpected financial plan like an ER visit or a car repair. The rest would reach out for a credit card, borrow from family, or take out a loan. That is exactly the trap the baby step 1 is designed to prevent. Without this buffer, one flat tire turns into a new debt on top of the debt you are already trying to pay off. This becomes even more powerful once you see what it protects, which is why the entire strategy begins from step 2. Now, if you are enjoying this video and receiving value, please make sure you like this video so that the algorithm can show it to someone else who is already willing to pay off their debt. Takeaway number 2, tagged: attack debt smallest to largest, the debt snowball. I examined this as the most argued about in the whole book, because on paper it's not a smart answer as many people would think. The debt snowball method ignores interest rates completely and focuses entirely on human behavior, targeting your debt purely by balance size, smallest to largest. You throw every spare dollar at the first debt while making minimum payment everywhere else. When that is done, that entire payment rolls into debt too. One real family cross off their first of 9 debts and can now see a repeatable process working. A milestone that shifts the psychology of the whole journey, because the payment from the first debt now funnels directly into the second. Think of it like a snowball rolling downhill, as the top unstoppable by the bottom. This becomes even more powerful because it builds emotional proof of the system, exactly when people are tempted to quit. Takeaway number 3, tagged, finish the emergency fund, 3 to 6 months expense. I traced baby step 3 as the point where most people finally exhale. Once the debt snowball is done, you direct the same freed up cash into a fully funded financial emergency fund covering for up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. You now have the extra cash flow you didn't have when debt payments were eating up your whole paycheck. This fund isn't for what I want. It's for job loss, a medical situation, a transmission that finally gives you the freedom to do the most important things. So I've seen 2 households hit the same job loss at nearly the same time. One had 3 months of expenses sitting under untouched in savings. The other have some savings which turned out to mean 2 weeks worth. One family adjusted their spending and kept their routine intact, while the other went straight back into their credit card debt within a month. The gap between some savings and a real number is exactly why I have built resources to help you apply this that you are listening in this video. The template and the worksheet that turns Dave Ramsey's baby step into an actual tracked plan instead of a vague goal. Check the link in the description or the pinned comment. Takeaway number 4, tagged, invest 15% of your income for retirement. I compared baby step 4 against the earlier steps, and the order matters as much as the number. Only after belt is gone and your emergency fund is full does Ramsey say start 15% investment savings of household income for retirement. Not before. No matter how tempting compounding growth sounds while you are still in debt. The debt payoff strategy as the head start comes at the heart. It also comes down to competing philosophies, psychological wins versus mathematical efficiency, and Ramsey's sequencing bets always goes with psychology every time. Because an investment account doesn't help you if a debt payment default wipes it out at first. Once debt free with reserves in place, that's a 50% compound without ever competing with a minimum payment again. Now, if this sequencing is clicking for you, here is your reason to stay. I'm covering the systems from the biggest personal finance books, one at a time, in the order that actually work, instead of the ones that actually sound impressive. Subscribe so that the next breakdown will reach you directly. Takeaway number 5. Save for kids' college, but only after step 1 to 4 is through with. I evaluated baby step 5 as the step people are most tempted to jump ahead of, usually out of guilt. But Dave Ramsey's answer is firm. Your retirement comes before your kids' college fund. because there are loans for college and there is no loans for retirement. The same logic airline uses with oxygen mask. You help yourself first, not because you love yourself more, but because you are no use to anyone if you are the ones that runs out of air. So you put your own oxygen bag first before you put the one of your child. That is just simple and straightforward. Skipping ahead to college fund account while still carrying a credit card debt just recreate the exact same problem baby step 1 to 4 were designed to fix. So you must ensure that you fix all those things that are needed to fix. You save your $1,000 so that any emergency will not derail you from paying off your debt. Then number 2, you pay off your debt from smallest to largest. Then number 3, you build an emergency fund. You understand? Then number 4, you save for your retirement. And then number 5, you save for your children's college. Yes. Now let's go to takeaway number 6, which is tagged pay off the house early. So I dissected baby step 6 as the step that gets the most raised eyebrows. Because conventional wisdom says low interest mortgage is a good debt. You should keep for the tax break. Ramsey argues the opposite. A paid off house is one of the biggest stress reduction moves you can make. Tax break is not. A debt consolidation loan or a structured payoff strategy exists precisely because debt of any kind had recurring obligation. Your income has to serve every month, and a mortgage is usually the largest one almost every household carry. It removes the single biggest fixed cost tied to your paycheck. Yes, renting money for house is one of the biggest issues every household is facing because of the amount of money. So if you can pay off your mortgage, get your own house, move into your own apartment, it does better like good medicine rather than just paying rent, except for rare cases. But for the most people, please try and pay off your mortgage. Yes, I've had some people which have this testimony that because they were able to pay off their mortgage early, they remove significant amount of stress from their lives, because every end of the month or every end of the year, they will not be asking how much is this house rent, how much is this mortgage. Oh, I don't have 1.2 million. I'm afraid though my landlord will come. The person that have this house will come and serve me quick notice. No, all those things are taken away because you are trying to pay off your mortgage. Takeaway number 7. Build wealth and give generously. Of course, this is also part of the takeaways. So I've compiled Ramsey's final baby step as the payoff for everything before it. With no debt, a full emergency fund, retirement funded, college funded, and house payoff. Wow, such a sweet life, such a good life, such a life that almost everybody is planning to have, especially this retirement fund, because it actually gets me sick when I see old people still trying to go to work, still trying to make ends meet. I'll be like, why have not they read and applied this book, The Total Money Makeover? So when you have all these things paid, your debt, your college, your retirement, everything, your house paid off, the goal shifts from surviving now to building real wealth and giving it away on purpose. This last step reframes the entire book. Debt freedom was never really the finish line. It was the wrong way. Once you are not feeding minimum payment and interest every month, your income finally works entirely for you and for the people close to you, people you choose to love, people you choose to care about. Today, you have learned Dave Ramsey's 7 baby steps. Number 1 is to start an emergency fund. Number 2, the debt snowball, a fully funded emergency account. Number 3, investing 15% for retirement. Number 4, college savings. Number 5, paying out for your house. Number 6, building wealth. Before this video, debt might have feel like a math problem that you are losing. Now you have a sequence. One that trades a little bit of interest for a lot of momentum, and momentum is what actually gets people to the finish line. Pick your smartest debt right now and write down the payoff you are aiming to get. Your next check should already have a job before it even lands.